Hello, and welcome to my channel. For those of you that want to hear a little bit of my journey, a little bit of my life story, I figured I would come and share. My cat is wanting some love and affection, so I'm stuck here. Yes, this beautiful little boy found me in 2021 when I was going through one of the most difficult points in my life. I consider it to be the cat distribution system. How they say, cats come to us to help us heal. They give that vibrational healing, and that they are a reflection of what is within our own energy field. And I watched him going from being a scared, frightened kitty to having more life within him and boundless energy, which is a direct reflection of myself these past, I would say, 5 years. So, I guess to give some background, I'm like 45 years old. I have adult children and a couple of grandchildren, 3 grandchildren technically. And I've been through many of life's challenges, many relationship challenges, many health challenges. And I picked up a lot of wisdom along the way, a lot of professional challenges. I guess, part of my most recent journey that's put me on my healing path to become a Reiki master and now studying pranic healing is my own illness. So back in, it was really 2020, late 2020, when I started getting sick and started looking for answers. And by 2021, I ended up losing my job shortly after a hospitalization. I went back from sick leave to training my replacement. And went on an 18-month journey of, just going within and trying to feel better and find answers about my health. I know in that first year I had about 250 or more doctor's appointments. I even went to the Mayo Clinic in Florida. I'm very fortunate that I was able to do that. Because, one of the things was ruling out cancer, which thankfully I did not have and I do not have. But they did end up diagnosing me with about 10 different things. Most of them being autoimmune related. The main one being sarcoidosis, which, essentially caused liver cirrhosis, which I do not have anymore. And a lot of intestinal issues. And I couldn't eat at all. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't live. I was just sick. And laid in bed contemplating a lot. I know you've seen a recent video where I would lay in bed and debate on whether or not this was purgatory or HELL or like, what is the meaning of life? What are we here on earth for? And, I guess I've since discovered that we're here for love and life lessons and to grow and pay it forward. I firmly believe that what you put out into the world is what comes back to you. And just try to live life in the moment, which was a very hard lesson because I've used to have been one where things would go in circles in my mind all the time, constantly. And I still find myself in that pattern sometimes, but what you have to do is bring yourself back to the present moment and just be thankful for what you have, express gratitude. I talk to my spirits that surround me, my spirit guides, angels. I talk to God. I believe that anything is possible and that we create our own destinies. That the mind is the biggest prison that there is. And you have to learn to rewire it in order to live the life that you truly want. I used to be a very negative person. Very negative. And I learned to turn those thoughts into positive. I learned to quit complaining. I learned to be thankful for what God and life has given me. I've been blessed with many great friends. I've had lifelong friends, like since the age of 3. We went through some trouble too, but I mean, they're still friends. We still consider each other family. But now I seek the most within myself. Because really, this is like a self-love healing journey that we're on. Have you heard the term self-actualization? Basically, that's reaching the height of joy and happiness, and I'm like, what other great words are out there? But it's the complete opposite. At the bottom you have fear and shame and guilt. Like, those are all negative energies that you have to work through, and a lot of that is just what we call shadow work, and healing your inner child. I firmly believe that whatever illness that is presenting in our bodies is emotion based. And if you work through those emotions, then you can essentially heal yourself. Move that stuck energy. Reiki helps, pranic healing helps. Meditation, sound baths. I love a good 3-gong sound bath. Some crystal bowl healing. Lately I've been trying to get out there and dance a little bit. This year I've presented with a little bit of lung issues due to my sarcoidosis. But miraculously, like, when I was on the dance floor for the first time a couple of weeks ago, it was like I was floating. I was on cloud 9, and I danced for an hour and a half straight, and I was never once out of breath. And I just remember being amazed, and I'm like dancing, and I look around, and I'm just like, I'm in my own world here. It's very healing, and just surreal is the word I have for it, I guess. It was a great night. But I'm always looking, to find ways to balance myself and to lead a healthier and happier life. And the biggest thing at the top of that list is self-love. And that can look like many different things. It can be going within and sending yourself positive vibes. It can be exercise. It can be laying in bed with your head over, or your covers over your head. I know I've done that a lot. It can look like making yourself a smoothie, or finding that nutritious snack versus the potato chips, which I've been struggling with lately. Everybody loves potato chips, right? Oh. But my motto is, you can't eat it if you don't buy it. So, I know self-love goes through the massages that I am gracious enough to be able to afford. You can't go get one professional. Ask your loved one for a massage. Your feet, reflexology, there's different spots in your feet and your hands that are related to the organs in your body. Acupuncture is a great tool. Went through a lot of acupuncture. I know around, I think it was February of last year, 2025, I started physical therapy, and I did physical therapy almost the entire year. At one point, I couldn't even, my whole body was numb. I couldn't feel my face, my arms, my legs, nothing. It was just, that tingling, fuzzy feeling. Acupuncture helped with that a lot. Got the energy, the ki, the prana, life force, whatever you want to call it. Got it all moving. And, that on top of some good Reiki. I did some horse Reiki. Been trying to experience a little bit of everything. Lately, I've been into tarot and trying to get my palm read. I actually tried to get my palm read today, but it was unsuccessful. I had a clothesline. I was like, oh, really? I was ready to go and cry because of learning all this stuff about myself through my hands, which I already technically know. But I'm sure if you've seen some of my videos, you've seen some of my crying too. I feel like tears are the best release. There's, emotions are being pulled out of our body through those tears. So next time you feel like you need a good cry, just let yourself. Let it come. Let it flow and let it go. So that is enough about myself for today. I hope to start doing some live soon. Maybe doing some Q&A or pulling some cards or whatever it is that you as my viewers want to hear or see or talk about. I am here for you. And also myself, to be honest. This is part of my journey. And I've always been kind of a natural teacher, so I'm learning to share my knowledge as I move along. Love and light. Please give me a like, follow, and share. Thank you for listening.